Hi everyone, it's me, and today, are you eating the good cake? Let's find out together.
So here's a fun fact for you. The
Fun
word
fact.
yup is trademarked. Yep, the yup is a trademarked word by one of the guys from the show Storage Wars. In fact, he battled against a rapper in court to get the trademark for that word. Crazy, right? Another fun fact, 20% of your genes are patented. Even the guy who discovered DNA thought that this was a bad idea, but companies went ahead and did it anyway. So, okay, you can trademark a word and you can patent your genes, but can you copyright a cake? That, my friends, is the question that we'll be snacking on today. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food Theory.
Hello Internet, welcome to Food Theory. Hello.
The show where everything is actually made of cake, except for the arguments. Those are rock solid. Now, you probably didn't wake up this morning with the intention of watching a video about cake law. I get it. Heck, I didn't think I'd ever have to be making an episode about cake law. But sometimes the universe comes in like a wrecking ball and plops an incredible food theory onto your lap, leaving you with little choice but to run with it.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Such was the case with today's episode. See, back in June of 2019, Miley Cyrus posted a picture of a cake on her Instagram to announce an upcoming collaboration between Planned Parenthood, fashion designer Marc Jacobs, and her own organization, the Happy Hippie Foundation.
But understandably, this video came out in the year 2020 and run out is in the year 2022. So this video came out 2 years ago. Please be understanding. Thank
The
you.
cake itself was circular, white and pink with sprinkles, and had the words "abortion is healthcare" on top. So it was certainly an eye-catching post to say the least, but also just your standard fare Instagram post. Or so it would seem, because just days later, another user, @TheSweetFeminist, made this accusation. Quote, Miley Cyrus just announced a collaboration with Marc Jacobs' Planned Parenthood Happy Hippie Foundation using this image. It is a direct theft of my own original artwork from May 2018 with no credit. It's literally my exact handwriting, message, and concept. Swipe for comparison. Cake art is for everyone, but this is inexcusable. Now, The Sweet Feminist is the handle behind the Washington, D.C.-based influencer Becca Ray Holloway. She describes herself as, quote, a self-taught baker with a passion for mixing sugar and strong opinions. One look at Ray Holloway's account will give you a pretty good idea of the kind of work that she does. Often, she bakes a cake or a pie, writes a punchy opinion on said cake or pie, and then eloquently elaborates the stance in the caption attached. And then she proceeds to get a lot of likes on Instagram. And sure enough, a month before Miley's post, Ray Holloway posted a photo of a cake that looks pretty much identical to Cyrus's abortion is healthcare design. Same white and pink frosting, same sprinkles, same message written on top with similar handwriting and an underlined is. And when Cyrus caught wind of Ray Holloway's accusation, she seemed to agree. She apologized publicly to Ray Holloway and edited the post to include credit for the original artist. What she didn't do was provide any kind of compensation. For Ray Holloway, the apology and the credit were no longer enough. She said, quote again, this was not an oversight. It was blatantly and willfully neglectful and deceitful. I would have been more than happy to work with you on a collaboration for this project, but instead my work was just copied without compensation. The comments on the Sweet Feminist's post were filled with people encouraging Ray Holloway to seek legal counsel and sue Miley and her team for breach of copyright. And the story became regional, national, and even international news. But after those big
Wow, so it increases from regional becomes national, becomes international, to the point which I'm from Singapore, I'm hearing it right now.
headlines hit, the story just kind of faded away. Nothing really seemed to come out of it, or at the very least, no one followed up on the story. It's unclear whether Ray Holloway actually pursued the issue any further after the whole copyright fiasco hit the fan. So, you know what? I'm interested to know, did the Sweet Feminist's Instagram followers have a point here? Does Ray Holloway have grounds to sue over copyright infringement of a cake? And if a person can indeed copyright a cake, what are the implications for other types of foods? Hope you came hungry for knowledge, food theorists, because it's a theory in the USA. First things first, what exactly is copyright anyway? By definition, a copyright is the exclusive legal right given to the originator of a work to print, publish, perform, film, or record literary, artistic, or musical material, and to authorize others to do the same.
But case in point, it differs from region to region, national to national, international to international. maybe even different planets. Yeah.
Basically, it's a safeguard against copycats, a way to ensure that your work stays your work and that you're the only one who gets to let other people use that work. Though you can file a copyright with the US Copyright Office, you actually don't have to. It's an automatic right that goes to you as soon as you create a copyrightable work. Now, YouTube copyright strikes are one example that you've probably heard a lot about, but copyright is all around us. It covers books, movies, TV shows, music, computer software, architecture, and beyond. So copyright covers a lot of creative arenas, and that means that there's no shortage of legal gray areas to theorize about. Over on Game Theory, we've talked about whether Fortnite was stealing and profiting off of copyrighted dances.
In the Game Theorists channel.
They aren't. And on Film Theory, we talked about whether memes were legal under copyright law. They should be via fair use. So really, talking about the nuances of copyright law is just a rite of passage for any theory channel. And today, it's Food Theory's turn. Welcome to the fold, buddy. Incidentally, another theory channel rite of passage is promoting the Game Theory $1 Million Challenge to support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That huge event, probably the biggest event that these channels have ever covered, is happening live Tuesday, December 1st. Theorists, this is a huge project that we've been putting our hearts and souls into all throughout this year. Now,
in the year 2020. Alright, right now it's in the year 2022. 2 years have passed.
not only does it feature tons of YouTube creators that you know and love, totaling 300 million subscribers altogether, but there's also plenty for all you food lovers to enjoy. For instance, cake decorating challenges were saddled with some pretty unique sabotages. So be sure that you're tuning in to our sister channel, Game Theory, on Tuesday. I'm serious, this show is gonna be massive, and it's all to benefit an amazing cause, so I hope you're able to make it. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. How might copyright law apply to cakes and other foods? Well, there are 3 basic requirements that a work needs to meet in order to be protected by copyright. The work must be 1, original. It has to be independently created. It can't be copied from something else. 2, creative. A work needs to demonstrate at least a small amount of creativity. And finally, 3, it needs to be fixed. A work must be fixed in a tangible medium of expression, and this includes digital works, even if you can't technically touch them. If it can be copied or transmitted, it's tangible as far as copyright law is concerned. So based on these rules, something like, say, a recipe can't actually be copyrighted. Yeah, I was really surprised by this one too. According to the courts, copyright protection doesn't apply to any sort of procedure or listing of facts, which is how they classify recipes. Legally, recipes aren't creative. You want to make this product, here is the step-by-step procedure on how you make that product, and are thus not copyrightable works. Just like you can't copyright a set of IKEA instructions on how to build a MILF. Yep, something that you can buy at an IKEA. However,
Alright, let's keep it family friendly and wholesome. Thank you so much, my pet. Thank you so much. Let's keep it wholesome.
if said recipe were written in a more creative way, like say it was written as part of a longer story, or it was in a shorter poem, or it was illustrated, or heck, even if you're talking about a collection of recipes like in a cookbook, which has creative direction over the order of recipes, explanation instructions, page layouts, things like that, then that would be copyrighted, just not the individual recipes themselves. Besides, recipes are tough no matter what because they're essentially a set of instructions for making something. They are an invitation to copy a product. So then, what about cake? The design on a cake is creative, it's decorative, it's artistic. Unlike recipes, it's not just a listing of ingredients. Furthermore, Section 101 of Title 17 United States Code explicitly extends copyright protections to, quote, pictorial, graphic, or sculptural work, which could extend to cake designs. I mean, let's face it, I've watched a lot of Cake Boss, and Ace of Cakes, and Food Network Challenge, and Great British Bake Off, and Nailed It, and okay, I've watched a lot of cake shows, and the stuff that they're creating is beautiful, or at least is supposed to be beautiful, and feature a lot of intricate design and detail like a sculpture. Look at this and tell me that this isn't a work of art or a work of creative expression. Or this. Or this. There are tons of people out there who are taking traditional cake design and giving it an original creative twist. Take this amazing hedgehog cake, for example. There's a strong argument to be made that this cake would be protected by copyright, as it hits all 3 of our major checkboxes. Cake is a tangible medium of expression, this piece is undeniably creative, and in terms of originality, well, it's certainly not as though a hedgehog cake gets busted out at every birthday party you ever been to. And when someone else decides to make their own hedgehog cake, it's not like they're gonna independently arrive at a similar design with the same color palette or detailing. It could very well turn out looking like this. There are countless creative decisions that went into this cake design. Heck, it might even be argued that this Hedgehog is an original character, deserving copyright protections the same way Sonic is. Any tangible thing that has original elements of expression can be protected by copyright, and that includes cakes. So it's safe to say that cakes can indeed be copyrighted, for the exact same reasons that inedible sculptures can be copyrighted. But it doesn't mean that every cake can be copyrighted. The 3 checkboxes have to be applied on a case-by-case or cake-by-cake basis. So then what about this sweet feminist cake? It obviously checks the box for creativity, and it's absolutely fixed in a tangible medium, both as a 3D cake and as a 2D picture, but the weak link in the argument seems to be the originality checkbox. It's just a simple cake design, and that could be its downfall where copyright protection's concerned. Of course, Ray Holloway didn't straight up rip off this cake from somebody else the way Miley Cyrus did to her, but every aspect of the cake's design has been seen on plenty of other cakes. A circular shape is not unique. White frosting, very common. Pink writing, multicolored sprinkles, a handwritten message on top. We have seen all of those things time and time again, though I'll admit those elements can sometimes come together to make a very, very strong point. So compelling, in fact, that one might want to act on it right now by clicking the red subscribe button beneath this video and also hitting the notification bell while they're there.
Yes, subscribe and ring the notification bell as well. Thank you so much.
Point is, if she chose to sue, Ray Holloway would have a difficult time making her argument stick in a court of law, as would Food Theory if our cake design ever got copied. Obviously, it's not the colors or the shape or the lettering that makes this cake stand out, though. It's the message, and that underlining of the word is. If a novel can be copyrighted, can a short expression like this be copyrighted for the same reasons? After all, Ray Holloway penned it. It makes her cake more than just food. It makes it a statement. Well, the argument probably isn't going to go in her favor there either. According to the US Copyright Office, quote, words and short phrases such as names, titles, and slogans are uncopyrightable because they contain an insufficient amount of authorship. The office will not register individual words or brief combinations of words, even if the word or short phrase is novel, distinctive, or lends itself to a play on words. As a result, the phrase is not eligible for copyright protection. See, I underlined the word not there. It added emphasis, but it also didn't add anything copyrightable. However, not all hope is lost. Just because a given piece of intellectual property isn't protected by copyright doesn't necessarily mean it's not protected. Allow me to pull up a chair, flip it around backwards, and sit on it cool teacher style.
Like Captain America in Spider-Man movie.
It's time we rap about the difference between copyright, patent, and trademark. Now, all 3 protect intellectual property, but they all protect different types of intellectual property. To simplify it down perhaps too far, copyrights are for works of art, patents are for new inventions, and trademarks are for branding. Now, Ray Holloway's cake most certainly isn't a candidate for patent. She didn't invent the cake, nor is she claiming anything of the sort. But a trademark, on the other hand, well, he could be the one. Trademarks are often used by businesses seeking to protect their brand. Their name, slogan, logo, even colors can be trademarked, like Tiffany Blue, T-Mobile Magenta, UPS Brown. So it's pertinent to our cake discussion because trademarks are a way to protect short phrases. Wendy's trademarked their famous slogan of "Where's the beef?" NBA coach Pat Riley trademarked the phrase "three-peat." But an important distinction to make here is that just because these phrases are trademarked doesn't mean that people can't say them. Just watch me do it. Three-peat. Three-peat, three-peat, three-peat. See, nothing happened to me. However, if I were to put that phrase onto a shirt and sell it, well, then I might need to have a conversation with old Pat Riley over there. See, the trademarked item must be used in a commercial setting to obtain protection from the law. And this right here makes it pretty tough to argue that Miley Cyrus infringed upon anyone's trademark, because it's not like Miley Cyrus was selling the cake. She's not a baker. In this instance, she's a celebrity activist using the cake to promote a political message. Where trademark law is concerned, it's hardly different than if Miley Cyrus had made a sign and held it up at a political rally, as many others have done and will continue to do. And on top of all of it, it would be next to impossible for Ray Holloway to prove that the phrase was her original work. A quick Google search reveals that the phrase is present across the internet, on t-shirts, stickers, blogs, even introduced legislation, and what's more, the phrase was in circulation years before Ray Holloway's cake hit the scene, which means, as a whole, there's really nothing copyrightable or trademarkable about this cake. So while Ray Holloway was right to expect credit for inspiring the cake, because let's face it, it's hard to deny that Miley or her team were inspired by the creative design of that that cake, Ray Holloway would be on shaky ground if she were to follow through and try to sue for copyright or trademark infringement. That, my friends, is why you don't get legal advice from the comments section. The worst irony of all of this is that it seems like Ray Holloway and Miley Cyrus see eye to eye when it comes to the political message behind the cake, and if Cyrus had simply reached out to the sweet feminist for a collaboration to begin with, that would have truly been the best of both worlds.
The best of both worlds.
But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit. Thanks for watching, theorists.
Thank you.
Sorry for all the Miley puns, but what can I say? We can't stop. So, well, that does it for this episode of Food Theory. We have plenty of other food law episodes for you to chow down on, including one of my personal favorites where we answer the age-old question, is a hot dog a sandwich? I get it, you probably have your own opinion on the subject, I do too, but there are higher authorities that we must turn to, including the National Hot Dog Council, which is actually a real thing that you're gonna wanna watch by clicking the link you see on screen. Subscribe, hit that bell, theorist. We've got new episodes rolling out on the reg, and you're not gonna wanna miss them.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you find this video very interesting to watch, and I hope that, well, you learned something new from this video. If you do like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below if you have any action of us. Don't forget to follow my channel, and sincerely appreciate all of your support and encouragement from watching this video together with me. Thank you all so much, you're the best, and I hope to see you all in my next video. But, hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye bye! Thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you.